Thirsty in Miami. We're going to be talking about OWN Network's reality-based TV series, Ready to Love, Season 6, Episode number 3.
But before we get into it, please like, share, and subscribe. Please send us your comment.
Take a shot of water. This week, the episode begins with the first meeting in the men's lounge. Tommy gathers the fellas to chop it up about what their assignment is for this week. He actually directs the guys to do something different.
Tommy basically was telling them to deal with the intellect.
Right, to focus on the mental stimulation part of trying to connect with one of these ladies.
Yes, because that part of a woman is very sexy too. So we start off with the date between
Looney
and
LJ. Yeah, Looney makes her first appearance after the mixer, right?
And Looney comes in, she's switching it up.
That's old school switching.
She was,
She was definitely doing
she
it.
was trying to put it out there.
Yeah.
And she sits down and she's yucking it up with LJ.
Yeah, apparently they had been in text communication because
She was sick.
Right.
And was unable to be with the group before. They seemed to be having a good conversation. They were laughing and talking and, getting to know one another.
They were flirting with each other, reasonably so. Not anything really over the top, but close. Do that.
So it was a comfortable date,
right,
from what I can see.
Right.
There was a little bit of spark between them, not a whole lot, but there's something there for them to work with. And the date ended, and it looks like it was a good time had by all.
Zoe got his chance with Shakira.
Yes, and Shakira had the flower in her hair, which probably is a signature style move. And Zoe was sitting there, and Shakira entered the conversation a little bit strange. She asked Zoe why he did not take her number. And Zoe explained to her that, he wanted to get to know people first before taking numbers. But I'm not sure if Shakira heard that. She kept pressing that he did not take her telephone number. And in my mind, I think she needs to slow down, hear what the man is saying, and act accordingly. Because she just came across as a little bit too pushy to me.
Yeah, I agree. I think from Zoe's vantage point, I think he started off that date very well. He he asked Shakira about her son. He has a daughter, right?
Yes.
And how she was concerned about about people really accepting not only her but also along with her son as well.
And he reassured her that he is a part of the package. And that's the same way he feels about his daughter.
Exactly.
Anyone in his life got to check for his daughter.
Thought that was a really good move.
Absolutely.
Really good move to make her feel a little bit more at ease.
Right.
Really good move on his part.
But she kept pressing him for that telephone number, and I'm not sure if he left the date believing they had a connection, because it seemed like a pressure point, and it wasn't. She certainly didn't come across as relaxed from what I saw.
Yeah, she was a little uptight.
She was a little uptight, and I'm not sure if he had enjoyed the date fully.
Yeah, I think it was probably something where she just needed to relax a little bit more.
Therese last week did not leave a good impression. She was very salty. She was not very friendly. She was moving into the mean girl territory, and I was surprised she showed up at the date a little more subdued and calm compared to how she acted last week.
Right, and she actually admitted or revealed that she had a little bit of a connection with Samson. I was like, okay.
Well, I mean, Samson is not hard on the eyes. He seems like a personable brother, very attentive, and he looks at you when you're speaking. He's not looking at body parts like some of the guys in the group.
Yeah.
He's looking at you, and you could see that conversation stimulates.
There was a good vibe between the two of them as they talked.
Right.
It really was, and he had revealed a couple of personal things that had happened in his life. One of which was that his father died in a car accident.
Father died in a car accident,
Right.
and his father was Persian,
Right.
and his father and mom met in college,
Right.
and he has five
And
brothers
there are
and
five.
sisters.
There are five of them.
Right.
He's one of five.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
And he would like his mom to see him have a family.
I like the way
do.
Samson is moving right
I
now.
do
I
too.
really do.
And he seemed calm. He seemed like a brother any woman would want to have.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It was just a good vibe all the way around.
Absolutely.
Yep. And then Mike.
And before we move on, Sharif maybe needs someone like that to calm her her upset tendencies down, to throw water on it, because she is coming in too hot.
On it or on her?
She seemed to be a woman who likes to come in hot, like we're gonna see later on, and she needs someone who could, you know, like calm her ass down.
Okay. Okay. Alrighty then, move right along. Mike decides he's going to do a group thing, right?
Yeah, Mike
Hooks
is
up with Looney, Kayla, Cherise, and April, and Justice, and Swayze.
yeah, and they went to that aerial kind of
Trapeze, kind of like workout center.
I like it. I like it.
That's definitely different, isn't it?
That's absolutely different.
This kind of
And
stuff.
turning upside down. That was good.
Yeah.
So when the group that settled out, people were pairing up, and we saw Kayla get with Mike,
Yep.
and Kayla is doing her flirt thing.
I kind of felt like her conversation was a little bit guarded, if you will, with him.
Well, Mike already told her basically last week that she was too young for him.
Right, right.
So she's trying to see if he warmed up a little bit in that conversation. But
Right.
who interrupts? But April. April didn't mind interrupting the conversation, and then she got up and sat in Mike's lap. Now she admitted to us in her confessional that Mike and she had a conversation last week.
Yes.
And basically, he told her that, hey, I'm not feeling you. Mike seems to be a direct kind of dude. April was dehydrated. She was all over him. And if a man tells you, I'm not checking for you, why are you trying to be in his lap? The second lady who a man is telling them what, and clearly they're just
not listening.
shining that
They're
over.
very direct about it.
Yes, he was.
They're
And then he
unmistakable.
started getting into this awkward conversation back and forth. Mike was just
Yeah, he said he's here for love, not drama, right?
right.
Yeah.
He did not like her at all
Yeah,
in that moment.
He wasn't feeling it.
And Kayla, feeling the vibration, she got up and left with Swayze.
Yeah, yeah.
So in next instance, we see
Justice talking with Looney, right?
Justice and Looney talking. She feels like she missed something.
She was
because
working at a disadvantage because she was
sick.
out, right?
And Justice was trying to reassure her that she still has a place there. But I don't know about you guys, but I think Justice has checked out. He doesn't seem like he's on the hunt for anything that's there, and he seemed more focused on his career and business.
So you think
I'm
that
not getting anything from him. The brother is dry.
So you think that he's just coming on to this Ready to Love season just to promote whatever his own personal agenda is? Or
I'm not prepared to say that right now, but I think if Justice is attracted to one of the ladies, he needs to
show it.
start showing that. Because right now all we see is a charismatic dude who knows how to have a conversation.
Right, talks a good game.
And talks a good game.
But there's nothing to back it
but
up.
There's nothing to back it up so
that he's
far.
showing. That he's showing.
He's not showing me anything.
Right, right, yeah. Swayze and Kayla, they talk, right?
Well,
they seem to have a good vibe, though.
They have a good vibe. I mean, he's 33, she's 30. They're close.
Somewhere similar.
And Swayze said he likes a woman who likes herself, and clearly Kayla loves herself.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he tells her, I spend too much money.
Mm-hmm.
And she was all right with that. She
Mm-hmm.
said, yeah, if that's how you do it,
If that's
that's
how
how
you
you do
roll,
it.
right? Yeah, yeah, yeah. I thought
And
that
they
was
seem to gel very well. You
right,
know, they seem
right.
to be a nice little
Yeah.
couple going on
But
there.
then Mike got with Sharice. Ugh. Uh,
My God, with Sharice,
mm.
and that mean girl can't help but come out. Sharice is having a conversation with a man who's 42 years old and
Right, and
has
she's
three
40,
children. She's 43.
43, right? She's a year
And
older, right?
she said when she spoke to him initially,
Mm-hmm.
she she wasn't feeling him because he had kids. And she said, a quote, he comes with baggage. And she is calling the man and his kids baggage. And I'm thinking, this woman is out of her left mind.
Yep, left hemisphere for sure. Because and Mike thought so too because the way that he
He
reacted.
was offended.
Yeah, he should have been because she's basically saying that she doesn't want to have anybody in her life that has kids right now for her because that's not what she's checking for, right?
Right. But
And
if she doesn't want that, she has to go into the cougar section of the supermarket because the young dudes are checking for the cougars. It's gonna be looking for a
the
needle
new
in a
women, and
haystack
that's
for her to find a man who is above 40 and don't have kids.
and that's what I was about to say. I was like, how does she expect to deal with somebody who's probably in most cases she's going to be checking for who's older than she is,
Right.
who's not going to have that.
Now it is possible.
Yeah, yeah,
They are out there,
yeah.
but is she in a space and place where she's gonna encounter that
And or attract that. I just don't see it.
and attract that?
Yeah, I don't see it.
Because a man who is older is not gonna check for foolishness.
Right, right.
Is not gonna check for mean and nastiness.
And anytime she comes out of her mouth referring to somebody else's kids as baggage and that she's considering dealing with, you've already eliminated your damn self.
Yeah, and one thing I know for sure,
Mm-hmm.
men don't like nasty women unless they're addicted to drama.
Yeah, she kind of showed
And did
it.
I say something
Yeah,
that's
no, you right on that. Right.
unless they're addicted to drama, they're not feeling nasty women.
Right, right. And it
Because
just-
the words say better to be on the rooftop than to be in a house with a warring woman. That's serious, yo.
yeah, good. Randall with Tranika, your girl.
Well, Trinica got the pieces and the bits.
The groceries.
And
all the
Randall
groceries in the cart.
has completely lost focus when she's around. They meet, they enjoying each other. She got to hold his hand because she's nervous, and Shanika knows this game. Any woman who has some thunder knows how to work it, and Tranika knows how to work it.
Bringing the boom boom, huh?
She,
You said thunder.
she gets close, you know what I mean, so you can get a little side view because she already knows he's looking at,
Right.
keep
Right.
your eyes up here.
Right, exactly. But he's having problems. He losing focus.
Yeah, it's the same thing I did with you.
Right, exactly. I understand. See how they work, y'all? See?
They seem to be very playful with each other.
Right. Having a good time.
Having
good
a
vibe,
good time, good vibe between
good
them.
conversation.
They were flirting, and clearly Randall likes Tranika.
Yeah, and he asked her, I believe, during the course of their conversation, when her last relationship was. She said it was like 3 years ago,
Yeah.
2019.
2019.
Right. 3 years
And
ago.
she spent some time reflecting on, her part in the situation and getting some sort of healing and therapy for that. So that's good.
Looking for that physical, spiritual, and emotional connection in a partner.
Absolutely.
And there ain't nothing wrong with that.
No.
I think she's on point in terms of what she's looking for.
Right.
Yep, absolutely.
But you got to be careful not to pull in a player.
Next was a group meeting.
You know?
Swayze, Brandy, Katie, and Mike. shoot that arrow.
Yeah,
An
again,
archery spot.
another interesting
Yeah.
date. That would
Yeah.
be a nice
Yeah.
date, I think.
Mm-hmm.
To hit the bullseye.
Definitely different.
It's good to see Mike and Brandy get back together. Mike in his confessional says Brandy does something to him. He
Makes him
makes
feel
him
kind of
like
certain
a
kind of way,
nervous and certain kind of way.
in a good way.
And he's not as harsh to Brandy as he seems to be with the other woman,
Sharice and others.
i.e.,
Sharice.
Kadia,
Acadian.
Sharice,
Yeah.
and who's the other one?
April. April. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
April.
He seemed to, when he saw her he picked her up and give her a big old hug.
Yeah, and if I'm not mistaken, I think there's a few years in age between the two of them, but they seem to be well connected.
Yeah, and Brandy's checking for him as
yeah,
well.
exactly.
So they remind me of Clifton and Joy from last season.
Mm-hmm.
That immediate connection.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they have going on there.
Yeah, but when he got an opportunity to talk with Cadian, it went a totally different way.
Oh my God, Cadian was eating a piece of ribs and it seemed like some mash.
Grease everywhere.
And she was like interrogating Mike, and he didn't appreciate it. He was a little salty about that.
Yeah.
And the thing about Mike, he can't play poker because you could see the disdain on his face.
Yeah, he wouldn't be a good carpenter.
And you could tell that this brother is accustomed to, if he's not feeling
straight shooting.
He's gonna let you go. No, and walk away.
Right.
But he was looking at it. He was looking at her teeth as she tore into this piece of rib, and it wasn't attractive. Maybe she was hungry.
Yeah.
Maybe she was hungry to
or hangry.
Hey,
could
have been hungry too.
Yeah, absolutely.
But he wasn't feeling her at all.
Yeah, next Swayze and Brandy hooked up for a little bit. They talked.
Yeah, they talked. They seem to be having a good conversation. No sparks that I can see, but they were just friendly. Swayze is a kind of regular kind of guy, but I think the biggest spark that I've seen from him is with Kadia. He seemed to like her. He knows where she's coming from. Is she from the Caribbean?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Because he asked her something. This is not an island woman or whatever.
Right.
So I don't know if she's from the islands. I could find out. And if she's from TNT.
Oh, that's your girl. That's your girl automatically.
Oh, well, I don't know.
Right. Okay.
But Cadian and Swayze so far gets along very well.
Right, but that's not necessarily what happened when Cadian kind of got an opportunity to talk with Mike.
No, Cadian was low, uptight. She was asking questions. She seemed dismissive to me, and Mike immediately checked her, and it was the end of the conversation.
Would you say she was assertive or aggressive, or characterize how she behaved as something else?
Well, I won't say aggressive because I don't like anybody saying that I'm aggressive, so that's not a non-starter word for me. But she's a take charge kind of girl. She clearly is a boss lady, and she wants answers to her questions, and she don't want to spend a whole lot of time.
Do you think she uses sarcasm unnecessarily?
She does use it,
yeah.
But it could come off the wrong way.
Right, exactly.
Based on her phrasing and the tone of her voice, it could really rub someone the wrong way.
And next, the fellas reconvene at the fellas lounge, second meeting. Tommy gets the fellas together to figure out how they did this week. And they chop it up pretty good.
They got their libations, and they were
brown liquor, whatever it was.
I was surprised that the room in Miami, it wasn't flashy. It wasn't.
No, it's kind of average.
It was just average, and I was surprised by the look of it.
Yeah, it was pretty ordinary.
Right, but the guys said who they liked.
Right.
Um,
Samson was feeling conversation with
with
Sharice. I was
Sharice,
surprised.
I was surprised at that.
Yeah.
Because Sharice is gonna could switch it up on you too.
Mm-hmm.
She and Kadia got almost the same kind of vibe and personality.
Right. Rand pipes up. You know who he pipes up
Oh,
about?
he likes Shanika.
No question.
I mean, he was grinning from ear
Ear to
to ear, and he liked her. He liked her vibe, but we already know that. That's not a surprise. Mike said he was feeling Brandy, and that was
LJ.
the strongest connection.
Yeah, LJ was talking about Looney.
Yes, LJ had a good connection with Looney
Yeah.
because he looked in on her when she was sick. So and they talk every day. He said so. They clearly have a connection.
Little weird how it ended up. In terms of the course of the conversation. But then Justice interrupted him and said, "Yeah, I'm feeling Looney too."
Yeah, Justice said he's feeling loony, but when they did interact with each other, I personally didn't see any sparks.
Yeah.
He's a woman, he's interested in a certain kind of look, and you didn't see that from Justice when he looked at Looney.
Anyway, so the consensus is after the fellas meeting that 2 people are up for possible elimination.
And that would be April and Kadian.
Right, so LJ hooks up with April.
Right, and LJ, he's an island brother. He's moving slow to get to the quick of it, and he's asking her questions, which I thought was unnecessary. Meanwhile, on the other side of the
Swayze is, and you could tell he was a little nervous because Kadian was, I'm not here for any BS.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. She comes in hard.
Right.
She has this hard exterior that she needs to pull back.
Way back.
It's too much.
Way back.
And he's telling her what the men. At one point, he said all of the men felt, and that she didn't even flinch. See, she said, "All right, okay, they got to deal with that or what have you."
And that may be because I'm a strong woman or something like that, something along those lines.
But women who say they're strong doesn't mean that they don't listen to what is being said and how to make an adjustment. Because something she's putting out is not, the men in this group are not responding to it. So if she is looking for love, this is like a test situation.
Yeah.
She got to now measure what is being said and then have an honest conversation with herself so she can make some
adjustments.
Make some
adjustments.
Exactly
Exactly right.
Because if she doesn't find love in this process, at least she can. This is like a training ground. She could take what she learned and move it outside to get to a better place. Swayze spent some time trying to calm her down, and for her to listen to reason, because she was already set.
Yeah, definitely.
And she had to calm down and said, "Okay, I hear you." Eventually, when he told her that, the fella's gonna give you another chance, you are ready to love. And then on the other side, we have LJ and April, and he told April, and she took it like a champ.
Yeah.
But April didn't seem like she had any connection with anyone.
Not legitimate, no.
Because some of them said that she talked quite a bit about herself and didn't seem like she was interested in them.
Right.
The episode ended, and April got eliminated. So we're gonna be back at the reservation next week.
The women are gonna have the power.
Women are gonna have the power, and we're gonna see who's gonna be an uprising. We're gonna see if anybody else continues to be thirsty. We'd like to thank you for liking, sharing, and subscribing. If you want to see last season's episode of Ready to Love, you can find it in our description area of videos. You can check that out. We hope to see you soon, and we thank you for watching us.
What you see it?
Right. Blessings always. Have a good one.
Stay cool, y'all.
Bye-bye.
Stay hydrated too.